From Coolray Field in Lawrenceville, Georgia, it's another round of the beautiful game in the USL. As we get ready, the clouds from earlier in the day have parted. We now have partly sunny skies at the Proving Ground as Atlanta United 2 hosts Penn FC. Alongside Jason Longshore, I'm John Nelson, and we are getting ready for another round here in the USL. Atlanta United, ATL UTD2 in their home matches so far. Jason, just the one example. They've done very well coming off a match in Charlotte. Early thoughts on what's going to happen today?
Very exciting start so far this season for ATL UTD2, but they're going to be tested against a veteran squad in Penn FC. Slow start for Penn FC. They'll be looking to get on track today.
And the procession coming in, the supporters groups getting ready for another round up here at Coolray Field. Should be an interesting matchup here in the Eastern Conference as we get ready for action here to wrap up this particular match week. When you're looking at this matchup, it can be brought to us really by one word, and that word being goals. You know, if we start off with Penn FC, let's say, it's their search for goals themselves.
They've struggled so far, but Tommy Heineman, Lucky M. Kasana, two veteran players that need some time. They need to develop that chemistry. We saw bits and pieces of it last week against Pittsburgh. Penn FC will be expecting that to be on point today.
And obviously searching for their first particular goal of the year. When we go to Atlanta United and ATL UTD2, they've had no problem finding the net so far this season.
And it's been the young stars, the homegrown players from the first team of Atlanta United who have set the pace. George Bello last week, combined with Jose Carranza, creates the goal. It's ruled an own goal, but Bello with the great overlap to get it started. And then Lagos Kunga. I mean, what more can you say about USL Goal of the Week? Walking the tightrope on the end line, somehow finding the space to beat the Charlotte goalkeeper. What a goal from Lagos Kunga.
72% of the folks, ATL UTD2 fans, have made sure that he was, in fact, Goal of the Week. We'll be back at the Proving Ground with USL Soccer in just a sec.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
Man, welcome back to the Proving Ground, Coolray Field. John Nelson alongside Jason Longshore with another round of ATL UTD2 going after it at home against Penn FC.
It's a big match today. Atlanta United 2 trying to stay unbeaten on the season, and you have Penn FC coming in trying to get their first win of the season.
We'll get into the starting 11s and players to keep an eye on just a second. Obviously, for Penn FC, you want to look at the guy right there in the middle of the center circle and Tommy Heineman. And keep an eye on him. He'll be wearing 29 in white all day. And then for ATL UTD2, we're going to keep an eye on 26, John Gallagher.
John Gallagher, 2 goals in his pro debut, the rookie from Notre Dame. And you have to watch out for Heineman. He's a veteran. He's new to Penn FC. Only 1 match under his belt so far, but he scored goals everywhere he's been.
12 NASL players are on this particular roster. And they only have 4 holdovers from the Harrisburg City Islander days from last season, so complete and total turnover for head coach Raul Voss.
It's a new group, and with that, it takes a little bit of time to get some continuity. Voss has decided to start building out of the back first. Only 1 goal allowed in their first 2 games. It's working thus far, but he wants to find a way to get the offense on track.
We'll get into the starting 11s here in just a second, but really when you look at them lineups-wise, there's one surprise in the ATL UTD2 lineup.
Yeah, big one. Kendall Edwards from the U17 Academy squad. He was very impressive at the Generation Adidas Cup qualifying and at the final round out in Texas. He gets the start today. First professional appearance for Kendall Edwards.
And then for the flip side in Penn FC, you're looking, obviously, we talked about Heineman as the player to watch. And we get ready to go. We're underway here at Coolray Field. Okay. Penn FC will work it from the back. Tiago Calvana with the big send on to the flip side at the far, and it will go out of bounds.
Get ready for a lot of that from Penn FC. They're going to play very direct. They don't build up a lot of plays out of the back. Calvano, Tribbett, Hawkins are going to look to play long and find Tommy Heineman up top and play through him.
Whistle called, and so that's why we have ATL UTD2 with it now. Once again, just underway here from the proving ground. Big touch early on. And big tackle by Jake Bond to knock it out, and it will go the other way.
Great flick from John Gallagher to send George Bello down the left wing, but a nice tackle from Jake Bond to save the day for Penn FC.
From the back, it's a 3-5-2 setup for Penn FC.
Yeah, it might play a little bit more like a 5-3-2 today. We'll see how defensive Penn FC approaches this match. Salvatore Barone on the left side. Ken Tribbett, Tiago Calvano, Harry Hawkins are your center backs. Jake Bond is on the right side. 3 central midfielders, Richie Menjivar, Dan Metzger, Mauro Estaquio, and up top it's Tommy Heineman and Lucky Mkosana.
And you cannot miss either Heineman or Mkosana. We'll get into the ATL UTD2 lineup here with Nick Careau in net today.
Nick Careau in goal, first start for ATL UTD2, veteran of the French lower divisions. Here comes ATL UTD2 right now.
Samuel with the send, and another slide tackle gets it out of the box, and Penn FC will have possession. Heineman with the header, with the push from behind by the aforementioned Kendall Edwards.
Yeah, it's Kendall Edwards right there with Tommy Heineman. Kendall Edwards might be 16, but he is very stout for a young man. He's not going to give an inch to Tommy Heineman. He'll go in strong every chance. We'll get into ATL UTD2's lineup right now while we have a chance. Nicholas Careau in goal, George Bello, A.J. Cochran, Kendall Edwards, Jack Metcalf from left to right along the back line. Andrew Kendall Moulin, Oliver Shannon are your 2 holding midfielders with Chris Goslin in front of them. John Gallagher on the left wing, Lagos Kunga on the right wing, and Josef Samuel up top.
And the physio's looking at Tom Heineman right now because he went up for that joust as part of the action going on with Kendall Edwards. And they're looking at the ankle.
Might have landed a little awkwardly there, but Heineman appears to be in a good deal of pain here. He's only played 1 match for Penn FC. Signed late, didn't have really much of a preseason with the squad. Not sure what his fitness level was like coming in.
Up on his feet, and that's a good sign. Played the full 90 minutes last week in the goalless draw against Pittsburgh.
Gradually putting a little more weight on the right ankle. Walks off under his own power, but does not look to be feeling too steady on his feet at the moment. A little bit of a jog now. It looks like he's going to get back in there.
And we'll see how Heineman reacts for the remainder of the day.
That's a hello from Kendall Edwards in his pro debut.
Yes, sir. Estaquio sends it into the corner of the box, headed on. Headed out and cleared by ATL UTD2.
Another strong header from Kendall Edwards to clear that.
Joseph Samuel couldn't maintain control or find a pass partner. Back to Penn FC in the box. Easy pickup for Careau. You see Penn FC's pressure. Worked around the horn.
Yeah, Penn FC's not going to press very high, but they're going to play a high line in the back. The concern, if you're Penn FC today, is going to be the speed of Atlanta United getting in behind.
Jack Metcalf playing catch at the moment with Edwards. They'll work it back to the far. And there's your long send looking for Samuel, and he'll get there. Knocked out over the end line. We're going to go corner kick.
That's the space Atlanta United can exploit today with Penn FC in a 3-5-2, but being kind of a new squad, your outside mids, your wing backs, it's a little bit of a work in progress, and there was a lot of space there behind Jake Bond.
Let's see what the look is here for ATL UTD2. Sent in to the far at the angle and out of the box, and touching no one, goes back to Penn FC.
Over Lagos Kunga's head on the far side.
Harry Hawkins will send it in, send it forward looking for Heineman, who is now back in. Mkosana guarded by Edwards, ball out of bounds.
Hawkins missed last week, and Bond had to play as one of the 3 center backs. Bond gets back outside on the right side today, and Hawkins is back in the starting lineup.
Intercepted by ATL UTD2 right at midfield. Samuel tried to do something with it. Ken Tribbett knocks it away. Estaquio sends it long looking for Heineman. Flag was not up, but easy pickup for Carreau, and they'll start all over again.
Jack Metcalf down the right side. We saw him last time against New York Red Bulls to play as a holding midfielder. A little bit of a jack of all trades for ATL UTD2.
Whistle there on Kunga as he was going after Salvatore Barone. And Penn FC working it. Now trying to work it backwards and over a little bit. Trying to send it forward, and they do. Hawkins on the diagonal, sends it into the box, intercepted, knocked out. It will be a throw deep in ATL UTD2 territory.
Nice read from A.J. Cochran. That's the challenge for George Bello today. Jake Bond is going to try to find space behind him. Bello has to read the play well defensively.
Speaking of Bond, going up against Kunga, there it is. Out of bounds, they say it touched Bond last. It'll be ATL UTD2 ball. Volley attempt to clear, and it wasn't. A couple of folks out there slipping and sliding early on because they did water the pitch a couple minutes before the players came back out after pregame warm-ups, anticipating that a little bit.
Great turn from Chris Goslin.
But Tribbett picks it up, and then you just have 2 or 3 ATL UTD2 players going after it.
Pretty nasty challenge there from Ken Tribbett.
Yep. Let's see what happens here.
Lunging challenge from Tribbett in on Goslin.
Goslin back on his feet, Tribbett back on his. And a yellow for Tribbett already.
Yeah, it has to be a yellow there. It studs up, it's extended. Very dangerous challenge there from Ken Tribbett.
8th minute, so Tribbett gets a yellow card.
Tribbett's a veteran. He can play with a yellow on his card right now. Tribbett's played in MLS. He's played here with the previous team in Harrisburg City Islanders, quite a bit. Going to have to watch out on some challenges now and play a little safer.
I was going to ask you about that. Now do you chase after Tribbett for the rest of the match, trying to see if you can get him in trouble?
No, ATL UTD2 is not going to change their strategy to try to attack that. They still want to play fast and fluid as always.
A lot of cleats going on after, a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving. Ball out of bounds, and it's going to go to Penn FC.
Chris Goslin introduced to some physical play from Penn FC.
Barone on the near, looking to throw. Intercepted. One touch, but we have back and forth now. Barone shielding. Sent forward and sent backwards. Triangles. Estaquio grabbing from behind, and there's the call. He knew he had to do it. Hugs Goslin after the whistle.
Looked like Goslin did not want to return the hug. Impressed so far with the physicality from Chris Goslin. That was one of the questions about him, the homegrown signing for Atlanta United's first team. really burst onto the scene last year in the U17 World Cup.
Good diagonal pass to the far. Let's see what happens here. Jake Bond on the guard, but it ends up being off Bond, out of bounds for a throw deep in territory.
Nice recovery from Bond to prevent the cross from Bello.
Samuel and Tribbett. Bond tries to clear, can't. A lot of frantic cleat action going on. Penn FC's got it, and they're going to come out of it with Metzger sending Imkosana forward.
Great ball from Metzger to spring in Imkosana.
Imkosana looking for Heineman, too far. ATL UTD2 with it, and they'll start again.
Kendall Edwards over to A.J. Cochran. One thing noticed so far is ATL UTD2 has no problems playing to Kendall Edwards in the back. The academy 16-year-old looks very sure of himself thus far.
I was going to say, a lot of confidence offensively to have him integrated so much so early.
No hesitancy playing him in this bit of possession.
Kendall Mullen looking, working forward. Intercepted by Imkosana. Metzger over to Bond at the far. Back to Tribbett, and they'll try it again. Estaquio coming forward, and then of course almost backward to go forward with Hawkins there. 22 in white. Heineman chipped from behind, no whistle. A lot of action in the middle third so far.
It's the way Penn FC wants to play it. They're trying to condense the field, 20 players in about a 20-yard rectangle at the middle of the field.
Late in the 11th minute here. Scoreless at the Proving Ground, ATL UTD2 and Penn FC.
Nice ball from Ollie Shannon back to Edwards.
One of two games going on here this afternoon in the USL. We'll give you the updates on the other matchup as we go. Intercepted and down, coming forward, Penn FC looking for it, and it looks like Metzger with the right. Corot corrals it.
Menjivar springs, Metzger, Corot covers the near post very well. No rebound.
Out of bounds by ATL2, trying to come back in transition, but Bond will now inbound for Penn FC. Throwing all the way deep, nobody there. Picked up by ATL UTD2.
Wasted throw from Bond. No one made the run for him. No options.
Big diagonal looking for Gallagher. And picked up just before the inline by Romu Peiser.
Peiser, another veteran. This is a matchup between a veteran-laden team in Penn FC and a very young team starting two 16-year-olds in ATL UTD2.
Peiser sends it long, and Heineman called for the whistle there.
He got the elbow up very high, and then he said something that our referee, Elton Garcia, did not appreciate. Garcia went over to him immediately.
Heineman been the center of attention so far in the first 12 and a half minutes or so. Not happy with that. They'll restart.
Looked like Heineman got the arm up. Elbow could have made contact with Cochran's head. Cochran goes down. Garcia did not like the fact that Heineman slammed both of his hands into the ground. Referees do not like when it appears a player is trying to show them up. No yellow, though, for Heineman.
Classified as a stern talking to?
Very stern for Garcia to hit full sprint to get in Heineman's face to make that point.
Now in the 14th minute, once again, Penn FC here at the Proving Ground against ATL UTD2. We are scoreless. Barone for Penn FC. Looking to go down the line, and he does, to Menjivar. But intercepted, and ATL UTD2 will come back with it.
Nice defending from Ollie Shannon over on that side.
Look at the high lines by Penn FC here. To your point about compression early on.
It's going to be the long diagonal for ATL UTD2 to unlock it.
Looking for Joseph Samuel. Samuel turned one way. Ball went the other. Peiser knocks it out of bounds. It'll be an ATL UTD2 throw in deep.
Pizer played extremely safe there. Didn't even look to try to keep that one in play. He did have a bit of an ankle injury in the last match against Pittsburgh.
Samuel tries to send it along the inline. Intercepted, sent out. Heineman jousting with Kendall Edwards, and it goes out of bounds.
Edwards again not giving Heineman any space to operate in. Looks like Kendall Edwards did his homework ahead of this one.
Estacquio on the guard right at the midfield line. Let's see what ATL UTD2 can do here. Gets it to a point, then have to work it all the way back to Corot. Edwards sends it long, looking for Samuel. Can the speed get there? Answer no. Pizer has it.
Slightly overhit from Edwards, but love the confidence in the academy player. Looking for that long ball. It's the right decision to try to find Samuel over the top.
Mkosana, one touch, looking for Bond.
Bello recovered well.
Mkosana again, chipping back over, and there's Hawkins. Thiago Calvano to Bond and Tribbett. Tribbett picked up by Samuel. Tribbett falls over in the marking. Comes back to ATL UTD2. Now Tribbett with the intercept. A lot of open space. Spin and turn to Barone. Hits Metcalf and it goes out of bounds. Looks like a corner.
Dangerous opportunity here for Penn FC. Tribbett continued his run there, was an option in the box, but lots of big targets for Penn FC. Heineman, Tribbett, Calvano, Mkosana. Marking has to be tight for ATL UTD2 here.
A lot of bodies in the box, very close to Nico Corot. Let's see what the thought pattern is here. Sent in, easy pickup.
Corot controls the 6 very well, gets there in front of Heineman.
Sends it long and too long. Looking for Gallagher.
We saw Gallagher be a nice outlet option for ATL UTD2 in the opener against Red Bulls too. What a deceptive speed on John Gallagher.
Hawkins comes all the way over looking for Bond. Back to Tribbett, guarded by Samuel loosely. Work in the middle. Kicked away, but Penn FC keeps it. Hawkins. Deflected, stays in bounds though. Mkosana. And they'll call a whistle there on the foul on Barone.
I think it was Kendall Moulin with the foul from behind.
Updating the other match right now. Bethlehem and Charleston Battery tied at 1s. Started ahead of this one here on Sunday afternoon. We'll give you an update on that one as the afternoon goes along as well. Hawkins out of traffic. Menjivar, Tribbett, and Bond. Out of bounds to ATL UTD2.
John Gallagher defending deep, preventing Bond from finding any space on that right side.
Trying to find anybody for the throw. Sends it up. Bond intercepts with the header. Heineman. And the joust. Penn FC will have it, and they'll send it right back. Hawkins. Some space to dribble. Lets it go through. Metzger to Bond into the box. Kasana bumped off the ball and out of bounds.
A.J. Cochran cleaning it up there. Bello getting stuck in a 2-on-1. Awkward defending from the youngster there.
Bond and Metzger. Joined by Estacquio. Out of bounds. Stays with Penn FC. Mkosana with the chest. Middle of the pitch is there. Heineman has it. Wide to Bond. Bond at the far. Sends it in. too far. Barone ends up with it. Loses possession. Last touch by ATLU TD2. Menjivar double teamed into the box. Tries to do something with the left. Can't get there. But Penn FC maintains possession.
Metcalf able to clear, but not all the way out.
Hawkins sends it on the ground. Menjivar looking for Hawkins through Hawkins' legs. Works the pressure, tries to clear. Once again maintained by Penn FC. A lot of work with the feet and a whistle.
Great defensive work from Chris Goslin there to jump the passing lane, intercept, and earn the free kick. Atlanta United, too, wants to build out of the back. They don't want to play direct. Penn FC, when they can get that possession in the other half, they're difficult to break down. ATLU T2 there finds the way out of it.
As we now turn to the 21st minute, almost to the halfway point of the first half, thoughts so far out of the first 20?
Both teams kind of feeling themselves out, trying to figure out how to attack the opposition. Penn FC looking to settle in and play their style of a match. ATLU TD2 is still struggling to really get the possession that they want.
Tribbett sends it long, looking for Heineman. Wins possession with the head, but sends it into the box. Nico Caro, easy pickup. And we'll try it again.
Edwards underestimated the quickness of Tommy Heineman there.
And to the point that you mentioned early on, Heineman only playing in his second match, did not participate in the first match of the year against Charleston Battery, came in, and so he and Lucky Mkosana still trying to figure each other out there up top, and only their second game together.
Two veteran players, you'd expect them to figure it out. Just not sure how long it's going to take for them to get that chemistry up top. Mkosana and Heineman really complement each other well. Heineman is your target. Mkosana can kind of sit behind him a little bit, run off of him. Just not quite clicking yet.
Bond with the throw. Heineman coming back. Picked up by ATLU TD2. Grounder. And once again, a lot of cleats getting in the way in the passing lanes. Penn FC with it now in Mkosana. Trip from behind, that's a foul.
Looked like Kendall Moulin was the one who had the foul. Dangerous free kick for Penn FC right here.
So let's see who ends up taking it. Barone took most of them last week in the game in Pittsburgh. And it looks like it's going to be a choice of either Estacquio or Barone. So let's go with Barone again.
All the targets up for Penn FC, looking likely for something off the back post.
And that's where Barone sends it. Joseph Samuel getting back. Keeps it from being a corner kick, but it stays with Penn FC.
Hustle from Samuel there to avoid the corner.
Barone with the throw. Trying to find someone. Tommy Heineman trying to get loose. But it ends up being a 2-on-1 on Metzger. And clear.
Kendall Moulin able to win that, play it back to Metcalf.
Samuel wins the joust, doesn't keep possession, stays with Penn FC.
Penn FC making it difficult for ATLU TD2 to find their way out of the back. No real scoring chances either way yet.
Barone over Menjivar, trying to find Heineman. He does. Menjivar, 14 in white. Sends it back to Harry Hawkins. Last touch by Hawkins goes to ATLU TD2.
Nearly had Joseph Samuel on the quick throw.
Oliver Shannon looking back in his own defensive half as opposed to forward. Samuel looking to get free. Sent tight to come in. And ATLU TD2 will go around the horn. Bump from Estacquio and a loss of possession there. Back to Penn FC and Metzger. Mkosana Laid it off, didn't have enough behind it. And picked up by Joseph Samuel. Samuel with the chip, looking for a hand call, waved off.
Not getting it. Calvano stepping into midfield to cut that off.
Calvano sends it over to Barone. Working the 45-degree angle, looking for Metzger, and it's too much.
Chris Goslin struggling a little bit in tight spaces. He's playing a different role than we've generally seen Goslin play. He's generally been a 6 or an 8, playing more as a number 10 today, and Estacquio is making it difficult for him.
Too heavy a touch. Imkosana was not the last person to touch it, so it'll be a deep Penn FC throw with Bond. Coming up on the 26th minute, scoreless Penn FC and an ATL UTD2 here from the Proving Ground. Coolray Field, Lawrenceville, Georgia. Thanks for accessing us however you are doing so today. Whether it's on ATLUTD.com or the USL YouTube channel. Over the end line and call up for a corner. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. And ESPN Plus is the new streaming home of the USL in the United States. Watch all the action throughout the 2018 regular season and USL Cup playoffs starting on Saturday, April 14th. Visit uslsoccer.com for more details. A lot of activity in the box for Penn FC. A lot of bodies in there. See what the thought pattern is. Short. Sent in. Header. Across. And the question is, who's going to get to it? Looks like it's kept in bounds. Estacquio sends it in with the left. Too much.
A little surprising there from Penn FC. They're not able to take advantage of the set pieces, and they've had a few. They have a decided side advantage. They can really start to take advantage of that height and create some more opportunities on set pieces. We just haven't seen it yet.
Carreau miss it with the right. Sends it out right close to midfield. And back to Penn FC and Hawkins. Sent all the way back. Toromu Peiser sends it forward, picked off by ATL UTD2.
Flying header from Kendall Moulin.
Hawkins tries to clear, pressure put forward. Good work by Goslin, eventually results in another turnover. Joseph Samuel, good work. Here comes ATL UTD2. With the left. Work with the electric cleats there by Goslin. Back over to Samuel. Right foot into the box. And sent back. Shank with the right. Samuel looking for it. Waited for it to settle. We've got a whistle going the other way.
The spin took it off of Joseph Samuel's foot there. Ken Tribbett with the big header on the backside to prevent Atlanta United from getting an opportunity. John Gallagher was lurking on that back post. Did see a little bit of why Chris Goslin can thrive in this more advanced role. Think back to Tyler Adams last year in the playoffs for New York Red Bulls, where he was more of an advanced destroyer, where he makes it difficult for teams to play out of the back.
Peiser sends it long off of Heineman. Stays with ATL UTD2.
Goslin's actually a player who's been compared to Tyler Adams, a player Goslin can look at and watch his development coming out of USL and getting so many valuable minutes for New York Red Bulls too. And what we've seen with Red Bulls too, with what they're able to do and sending players to Red Bulls at MLS level, everything very seamless. The same approach applied here with ATL UTD2. Yeah, we've seen it in the last 2 weeks. Andrew Wheeler-Amanu, 90 minutes in the opener, came on to play a key role in Minnesota for the first team, and Miles Robinson yesterday with a strong 90-minute performance after 2 straight starts here in USL. Getting close to the 30th minute here at Coolray Field. No score between ATL UTD2 and Penn FC.
Penn FC trying to get everything compressed into one little space. And Carell has to work it back to the near. Kendall Edwards. Over and around. We'll try it again, working through the middle into the center circle.
Switching fields much quicker here, ATL UTD2. This is how they're going to have to do it to break down Penn FC.
Work on the far.
Bello dropped on the far side. Earns the free kick.
So let's see what the strategy is here. Heading toward the 31st minute. Sends it all the way back to Kendall Edwards. Gosselin.
Great pullback from Gosselin.
Deflected, now into the box, left foot. Once again, deflection. Penn FC can control. Menjivar. And intercepted. Kind of caught in between touches, but it stays with ATL UTD2. And it hit that infield turf that's with the grass and kind of did another backspin. But it stays with the Five Stripes. All the way back from Metcalf to Carreau. But Bond picks it off. Metzger looking into the box. Menjivar is there. Heineman's there and in the net.
Classic Penn FC looking for the long ball, knocked down to Tommy Heineman, and Tommy Heineman in space at the top of the 18. He's going to find the back of the net with that one.
1-0 to the visitors as we turn to the 32nd minute.
Looked like Atlanta United 2 was starting to get control of the match. Had some extended possession in the attacking half. Penn FC doesn't need much possession to be dangerous, and we know the Capital City crew at River City Blues are going nuts right now watching their team.
And once again, if you want to reach out to us at any point, let us know what you're thinking about the observations of the match so far. He's at Longshoe. I'm at OSG Nelson. Reach out to us in 280 characters. Is that what Twitter is these days?
I think we're up to 280 now.
Okay. So we're late in the 32nd minute.
Looking back at that goal, it was very quick. Turnover from ATL UTD2. Penn FC wasted no time launching it into the final third. Simple knockdown to Heineman. No nonsense finish from the veteran.
So let's see how ATL UTD2 responds. Metcalf and Edwards playing catch. Send it back to the far. Pass in between speeds. The joust there. Heineman hit the turf again. No whistle. Stays with the home side. Sending him deep. Flag is up.
It's a great test for the young squad. They need to handle adversity in matches like this. You know, you're only going to do it through experience. So from the homegrown players who are on the field today for Atlanta United 2, and a guy like Kendall Edwards who's playing up from the academy, you have to answer the call now. And you have to step up. You have a little bit of time here in the first half to make an impact, or Scott Donnelly might have to look at some changes at halftime.
12 minutes plus stoppage before the end of the first 45. Thiago Calvano introduces, sends it in looking for Heineman. Lost the joust.
Heineman not happy with that decision either.
Ladder got climbed and Heineman not happy.
Yeah, he backed into Cochran. Cochran had went up. I think that's why Cochran gets the call there. Cochran went up to win the ball. Heineman made no attempt to play it and just backed underneath of Cochran.
Quick reset. And out of control, and once again, two players sliding in. No whistles either way. Looked like it was clean. There's your whistle.
Two players sliding in right in front of the Penn FC bench, and they exploded on Kendall Moulin's slide in. No call, no cards. Elton Garcia's fine with it.
And Tommy Heineman going to, looks like he's going to the 4th official to explain his thoughts on the current matter as we're here in the 35th.
He's had a lot of thoughts today. He's talking to the AR on the far side as well.
The only thing missing is the AR on the near, and he'd have them all, right?
He'll get him in the second half.
Heineman wins the joust. Flag is up when a whistle.
Oh, Bond went into Kendall Moulin late. Moulin landed very awkwardly. Looks like he's going to be all right.
Still feeling it a little bit.
Yeah.
Sent deep looking for Samuel. Will he get there? Looks like he will. Right in front of the official, no whistle. Penn FC has it knocked out of bounds. Hawkins off of Kunga, so it stays with Penn FC.
Clean tackle from the veteran Calvano there. Samuel tried to face him up to try to dribble him, but Calvano wasn't having it. Went in strong with the tackle.
The Stockleo tries to hit the deck and get a whistle. Doesn't happen. Here comes ATL UTD2 again, picked off by Penn FC, and they'll go back the other way quickly, looking for him Kosana at the half. Sent deep with the left, 2 deep.
That's the cohesion that just isn't there yet between Imkasana and Heineman. Heineman wanted that played to him. Imkasana was looking for Heineman to make the run.
Menjivar, 1-on-2, knocked away. Edwards. And Caro, does he save it in time? Yes. Not a corner, but a throw. Hawkins sends it in with the left. Headed out. The Stockleo. Right foot launch. Beats Caro, but it ends up over the end line, so goal kick.
Very impressed with Mauro Estacrio today. Controlling the midfield, winning a lot of the battles in the middle of the park. And dangerous chance there that had Caro beaten to the far post.
The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. Joust goes to a second stage. Samuel chests it down. Kunga and Goslin combine, and the long launch to the far. Sent in. Bond beaten. Slide tackle. Who touches it last? Corner kick, ATL UTD2.
Great combination play between Bello and Gallagher. Nearly springs the 16-year-old homegrown signing.
Samuel alone, close to the 6, far post.
Cochran nearly won last week's match with a late header off the post.
Headed up. Scissor kick attempted, missed, and a whistle.
Cochran was looking for the highlight reel bicycle kick. Imkasana backed into him to get the dangerous play.
Heading toward the 39th minute, Penn FC leading 1-0 on a goal by Tommy Heineman. First goal of the year in USL competition for Penn FC. Losing 1-0 in Charleston in match 1, scoreless draw last week in Pittsburgh in match 2. Barone and Heineman back and forth off the throw-in. Menjivar looking for him, Kosana. Looking for Barone, but knocked out of bounds for a throw-in. Barone off the throw-in, deep in the corner, sends it in with the left. Caro, easy pickup.
Looked for a quick outlet, couldn't find it. Now he rolls to Cochran.
A lot of space for Cochran here. Thinks twice about it. And he'll send it to Edwards. When Kendall Moulin and Edwards playing catch. Worked over to the far. Samuel calling for it. So Metcalf has to send it all the way back to Carew, and they'll start it all over again.
We see the Atlanta teams do that quite often to try to open the opposition up a little bit, spread them out a little more to try to find the pockets of space.
Bond intercepted. ATL TD2 with possession. Cochran looking to come forward. Heineman thinks about it. Long launch. Flag stays down. Deep in the corner. Hawkins and Kunga going at it. Let's see the dribble exhibition here. Sent back out. Metcalf looking for an opening. Has to send it all the way back. Sending it one more time. Kunga, flag stays down again. Can he save it? Yes. But Hawkins gets it away from him. Second time, last touch is Kunga, Penn FC.
Hawkins watched last week's highlights, was not going to let Kunga get to the end line. Atlanta United 2 pressing very high, making this difficult for Penn FC on the throw.
Mkosana double teamed. Estacquio ends up with it, sent long by Calvano. And Cochran back to Carew. Space in the middle. Sends it back. And Edwards. Kendall Moulin finds Kunga. Intercepted from Gosselin. Metcalf tries with a back heel, but it's Barone and Estacquio now. Estacquio sends it in looking for Heineman with the right. Carew gets there first.
Penn FC closing down all of the space every time a ball is played to one of Atlanta's attackers. Penn FC closes it down quickly. Strong defensive effort.
Metcalf and Edwards. And they'll go all the way over. Probing and prodding. Gosselin. Cochran. Men back around. Kunga looking to do something with the left. Picked up by Mkosana. Here comes Bond. Mkosana. Barone. Sends it in with the left. Menjivar in the corner. Metzger. Estacquio misses with the right. And sends it over the wall. It's not quite a ground rule double since it didn't bounce.
No, I don't think we're going to go home run either. Again, Penn FC closes it down very quickly. It's hard for Atlanta United 2 to get turned and facing goal.
Sent deep looking for Samuel. He gets it. Double team coming from Penn FC. Right foot sent in, header clear.
Those are the types of runs we need to see more of from Atlanta United 2. The diagonal runs in between the channels, in between the defenders. Because Penn FC has been defending with 5 the last few minutes, trying to see out the first half.
Metcalf and Kunga. Kendall Moulin. Ball got caught up in the infield, but Cochran got there first. Bello picked off by Hawkins. Sends it up with the left, too much for Menjivar.
Better there from Atlanta to press and not give Penn FC an easy outlet.
And Edwards will send it back to Carew. Metzger was pushing Cochran. And we'll go Edwards and Metcalf, who will send it long again. Joseph Samuel is there. Good slide tackle, knocks it out by Thiago Calvano there. Once again, Metcalf. One-touch passing, intercepted and cleared once again by Penn FC.
Final ball not good enough from Goslin. Couldn't find Shannon on the return.
Shannon looking deep, headed away.
Tribbett handled that very well. Header found a teammate.
ATL UTD2 with it. 2 at the far. And sent out, looking to clear.
Gets the touch. It's going to be a corner.
Two minutes added as we now hit 45.
See Edwards and Cochran make their way up. Samuel's also a target here on the back post.
Hang on.
Conversation with Ken Tribbett.
And ATL UTD2 will try it again here. Samuel looking to cut, back post, headed in. Beat the ball, sent over the end line, goal kick. But reversed.
Eldon Garcia saw that touch. Kendall Moulin tried to take a shot. Looked like it was cleared fairly cleanly by the Penn FC defender. Bello to take this one from the near side.
Barone guarding just outside the box. Let's see what Bello sees here. In with the left, looking for Samuel. Penn FC gets there first. Throw in. ATL UTD2 trying to work quickly.
Not much time left.
Samuel tries to keep it inbounds off the throw, does not.
And that's going to do it.
And that'll do it. One goal the difference when it comes to Penn FC and ATL UTD2. So we are at the proving ground. 45 minutes in the books, 45 on the other side of halftime. When we come back, we'll let you know what else is going on around the USL. We'll show you what has happened with the games back on Saturday. You are watching ATL UTD2 and Penn FC right here on ATLUTD.com and the USL Soccer Channel on YouTube. We will be back right after this.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
And welcome back to the Proving Ground, Coolray Field, just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And the skies that we had, bits of sun. They didn't say partly sunny, they meant it.
Yeah, not for long. It's cloudy again here in Lawrenceville, Georgia.
So Penn FC with the 1-0 lead, and we are going to the first half highlights. And obviously the early moment that a lot of folks attach themselves to is in the 8th minute, the yellow card picked up by Ken Tribbett.
Ken Tribbett, the veteran, able to really control his play afterwards and stay on the field and be a big part of Penn FC's clean sheet thus far.
But the yellow card in the 8th, obviously neither side changing philosophies, veteran presence, a lot of veteran presences right now for Penn FC, not changing their game plan. So a big play for everybody to pay attention to going forward in the second half. Now, the one early on, the one opportunity by Richie Menjivar, saved by Caro.
Yeah, another veteran presence. Richie Menjivar, it's his first start for Penn FC, and he's had a huge impact on this match. Great chance there that Caro gets down to save. But then it's Menjivar with the assist on Tommy Heineman's goal. Direct play, Menjivar settles it, knocks it down for Heineman. First time finish with the left foot.
And obviously, Tommy Heineman, we focused on him early on, wanting to make sure that he and Lucky M. Kosana are part of that 3-5-2, the two up top. So Heineman makes his first marker for Penn FC, the first goal for Penn FC this season when it comes to all of their activities.
Heineman and M. Kosana is still a work in progress, but we see what he can do just as a veteran presence with his time in MLS, his time really all over the lower divisions. Tommy Heineman is a dangerous player anywhere he is. He's going to cause you problems, and he's caused Atlanta United 2 problems today.
And he's done that as well. And then we finish off with, once again, the shot off target by Estacquio that sends over the fence. But let's look at the first half stats and kind of go through some of the numbers here. And you look at possession, ATL UTD2 right now, 5 out of every 8, if you want to say it something like that, 63-37 when it comes to possession.
It's what you expect out of an Atlanta United team. They want to control the play. They want to control the possession. It's also what you expect out of Penn FC. They don't need a lot of possession to be dangerous.
And you look at also on the joust, it's about 50-50 there, 52-48 when it comes to percentage. And the duels won, though, by Penn FC at 58%.
Well, Penn FC is having a definite advantage in the air, and that's to be expected with their size in the back and their size up top. They're also jumping the passing lanes, too, 15 interceptions to 7. Penn FC is making it very difficult for Atlanta United 2 to play through.
All right, we'll come back with more stuff as halftime continues here from the Proving Ground, but let's catch up with Leonardo Santiago as he catches up with the president of the USL, Jake Edwards, to get the status of the league here as we get ready for 2018.
Hi, we're being joined today by Jake Edwards, president of the USL. Just getting ready to kick off an exciting 2018 season. Jake, thank you very much for joining us today.
Great, my pleasure.
You know, we're getting ready to kick off the 2018 USL season, but this year has also been very crucial for the successful launch of USL Division 3. Talk to us about, you know, the league and kind of the steps that are taking place to get ready to kick a ball with them next year.
Yeah, that's a great deal of work that's gone into that so far. It's been a 2-year project, and we're kicking off in 19. Very excited. It's a significantly important step that we're taking here because there needs to be more professional soccer. There are a significant number of communities and fans that don't have access to a professional team of their own. And there's an opportunity there to go into these communities. We want professional soccer clubs that are going to be here for many years to come. And we'll follow the same model with the right ownership, with the right venue, and with you know, great professional players now between the 2 professional divisions, and also with our pre-professional league, our PDL, our Elite Amateur Under 23 league. Now with the 3 properties, you'll actually see more integration of these leagues. Division 3 is going to have a huge impact on the growth of the sport.
What does Jake, as president, think about when you're looking ahead for the next decade? What are some initiatives that you kind of see on the horizon?
We set a long-term strategic plan out that took us through 2020. Some of those projects are going to carry on beyond that. There'll be some more expansion into the USL for Division 3. It's the continuation of our soccer-specific stadium push to get all of our teams playing in those venues. Again, continue to focus on the competition level, continue to attract quality players and world-class stars into the league, and coaches as well. You know, a large part of what we're going to be focusing now is on the commercial growth and the media growth of the league, as we've built significant interest and significant quality. and there's a lot of people that want the content now, and so we're going to be unveiling a lot of new partners over the coming 12 to 24 months. So there's a big area of focus there for the league. And ultimately, the fans, keep servicing the fans, keep engaging with the fans, keep giving the fans, more and more great professional soccer for them to come out and support.
Welcome back to the Proving Ground. Thanks for all your hard work, Leonardo, and catching up with President Jake Edwards of the USL, getting ready for the second half here in just a little bit. But let's take a look at the action, though, that happened yesterday. One other matchup today that has gone final. Shared results, 1-1 Bethlehem and the Charleston Battery. But let's take a look at what happened yesterday. Pitt put a big number on Toronto FC2, and you're going to see a lot of the same guy, Nico Brett, who ends up getting the goal in the 52nd minute. And guess what? He's going to get another goal when it comes to the 59th minute, and he's going to do it one more time. So it was a big day for Nico Brett. One in the 52nd, one in the 59th, one in the 83rd, so that's 3-0 on the board for Pittsburgh. And then all of a sudden it ends up being Christian Francis getting the last goal on the board for Pittsburgh in the 88th minute. Guess who got the assist? Nico Brett. Busy day. 3-1 for Nico. Pittsburgh beats Toronto FC by the score of 4-0. Also, Richmond and Red Bulls 2. This is a golazo. 17th minute at City Stadium. Brian Shriver goes upper left 90. Gets that one to make it 1-0. The equalizer by Jose Aganaga in the 69th to make it 1-1. One goal in Louisville and FC Cincinnati in front of more than 27,000. 13th minute, Cameron Lancaster, 1-0 final. Indy, one goal there. New and blue, the midfielder Tyler Pasher from Justin Braun in the 15th minute. Indy wins over North Carolina FC by the score of 1-0. Now, a lot of goals in Tampa and Ottawa. Final 30 minutes is where all 5 of the goals go. It ends up Georgi Ristov scoring in the 60th. Leo Fernandez would get the next 2 in the 71st and the 79th. Joe Cole, by the way, gets in the scoring column in the 87th minute. And then 90+5, Zach Portillos gets the 5th goal on the board, so Tampa puts a big number on Ottawa. Then Nashville, big day for Nashville SC. First goals from run of play after the 1-0 win last time, beating Charlotte by the score of 2-0. Allen win from Kosuke Kimura in the 24th, and then also Ropapa Mensah in 90+1. Guess who gets the assist? Keeper Matt Pickens on the long send. So 2-0 Nashville. Congratulations to Nashville SC for what's going on right there in the USL. So we're going to go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to have more stuff to talk about here when it comes to getting ready for the second 45 minutes. You are watching ATL UTD 2 and Penn FC on atlutd.com and the USL YouTube network. We'll be back in just a little bit.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
Welcome back to the Proving Ground. Cool Ray Field here just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, as we get ready for the second 45 minutes when it comes to Atlanta United 2, ATL UTD 2, and Penn FC. Let's take a look at the next 5 on the board for each of these teams. And Jason, you look at ATL UTD 2, the first 2, they're here. But those next 3 at the bottom, that's a big stretch that starts right there.
It is, and for a young team getting out on the road, that's definitely a challenge. We saw last week the team handled it pretty well in Charlotte. Had leads twice in that match, though, and lost it. We'll have to see if they can improve the road form.
The beginning of 7 of 8 on the road are those 3 at the bottom with the ats next to them. And then on the flip side for Penn FC, it's the reverse. 4 of their next 5 are at home. They get Charleston and Nashville. Then they go to North Carolina FC, and then Tampa and Ottawa come to Penn FC. So a big stretch for them on the opposite way.
They'll be excited to get home. They haven't had a home match yet, and I think they'll be excited to get the Charleston Battery into town too, looking for a little revenge from earlier this year.
So we're looking at the second 45 here. Penn FC up 1-0 on ATL UTD 2. What are you anticipating if we were to look in the crystal ball of Jason Longshore? What are you looking at for the final 45 here?
Atlanta United 2 has to play faster. They're not finding the pockets of space in the middle of the field because Penn FC is so solid at closing spaces down. Very good performance from Penn FC defensively today. Atlanta United 2 has controlled possession, but they've only created 1 shot out of that. Penn FC with 5 chances, even though they only have under 40% of possession. They don't need possession. They're very comfortable where the game is right now. Atlanta United 2 has to make the game more uncomfortable for Penn FC. You have to speed it up.
And let's see if anything is swapped out when it comes to the starting 11s. Doesn't look like there's any changes. The same ones that we saw starting are the same ones that are going to start here when it comes to minute 45 and beyond. And the 5 stripes will be going from right to left as you are watching here in the second half. Thanks for once again accessing us however you are doing so. If it's on the .com or if it's on YouTube, thanks for being a part. And this is going to be an interesting test in the final 45, going up against a veteran side who has been able to dictate everything right there in the middle and keep everything in that tight space. We've seen fits and starts for ATL UTD2, but they haven't been able to put it together fully.
Penn FC has been able to control the match without controlling the possession. That's the hallmark of a veteran team. Their manager has really had a great week in training with them. They look so much more sure of themselves than they did last week in Pittsburgh.
First-year head coach in Raul Voss spent some time as the lead assistant in Tampa Bay, and before that he was in Fort Lauderdale. Played college soccer in the state of Florida, but this is his first head coaching position. And a foul there to start as Imco Sano was trying to shield the ball. Penn FC will be working left to right.
This is where things are a little trickier in possession for Atlanta United 2. On the baseball diamond end of the field, they will likely play a little more direct out of the back this half.
Down into the corner, looking to center. Metzger goes to the far but intercepted. Headed back in, Heineman looking to poach. Grabbed by Cochran and cleared. Sent back in one more time. Bond looking for a call. Looked like he went down a little easy there.
Looked like he might have had a handball as well.
Goes over the end line, so it'll be a goal kick for Nico Carreau. Low and intercepted. Sent back in by Penn FC. Carreau lets it go over the end line, and he'll try it again.
Too easy there. Carreau making it too easy for Penn FC to jump that lane and get the interception.
And something to pay attention to as you are watching, the wind is blowing in from left and left center field as you're watching, so it's blowing into the face of ATL UTD2 here in the second half. Ball goes out of bounds, stays with Penn FC. Barone looking to come down with it. Heineman intercepted but picked back up by Penn FC. And sent all the way back to Romu Peiser. pushing the back.
That's the veteran right there,
Yep.
Tommy Heineman. Felt the hands go on the back and immediately went down.
Kendall Edwards, we could see it from here. There was just the slightest touch, but that's all you need.
It was a touch.
Accentuate the move.
That's what Tommy Heineman brings you. You know, he's been around the block a few times.
Estaquio sends it in. Bond off the far. Intercepted by Gallagher. Estaquio has it back. Metzger, Bond. Right foot in. Sent in looking for Mkosana, but intercepted.
Shannon got a little bit of that.
Gosselin and Kunga trying to get after it and try to move the pace up a little bit, but Penn FC has it back. Barone. Mkosana, too much. Bello and Cochran.
Heineman down on one knee.
He's calling for it.
Referee stops the play. It'll be brought back in with a drop ball. But looks like we're going to have a sub for Heineman.
Salih Muhammad. Out of Richmond, California, and one of the NASL players, was last year with the San Francisco Deltas. So 49th minute.
Quick substitution in the second half.
Now remember, last week also Heineman took a bit of a knock in the game against Pittsburgh. And he's had a couple of knocks today as well, but here comes Salih Muhammad in.
We'll have to see how this changes Penn FC's approach. Tommy Heineman, you know, with his big body up top, you can play direct, look for the knockdowns from him. A little bit different now with Muhammad in the match.
Kendall Moulin. Bond gets in the passing lane, picks it off Estaquio and Mkosana. Menjivar looking to come through, but it's picked off by Kendall Edwards. Mkosana hops in the passing lane. It goes out of bounds.
Mkosana prevents Metcalf from playing that long over the top, looking for Josef Samuel.
Looping throw picked off. Menjivar and Mkosana have it. ATL UTD does now.
Menjivar enjoying his return to Atlanta.
Yes.
Played very well today. El Salvador national team veteran.
Edwards sending it all the way back to Corot. If Metzger was looking, he could have picked that one off. Cochran and Edwards. Oliver Shannon. Metcalf across. Let's see what happens at the far this time. Still poking and prodding from the back, trying to find some kind of an angle, some kind of a way in is ATL UTD2. Out of bounds. Sticks with the 5 stripes.
Penn FC condensing the field again, making it very difficult to find the open man.
Coming up on 52nd minute here, Penn FC, the 1 goal by Tommy Heineman is the one that is stuck so far as Mkosana tries to get into a passing lane deep in front of the U17 or Kendall Edwards.
So far we haven't seen George Bello, Lagos Kunga get out into space and run at defenders.
And really you have to give a lot of credit to Penn FC in being able to be as stable as they've been defensively, not getting out of their shape, continue to stay locked into tasks so far.
Raul Voss came into this club new this season and wanted to start establishing the culture defensively. And we've seen that in the first 3 games. They've still only given up 1 goal this season.
Sent down, is it saved? Yes, left foot in.
Oh, slight touch, took that off of Gallagher's boot.
Best chance so far for ATL UTD2.
I believe that was Tribbett who had the defensive touch. Didn't need much of it. Prevented Gallagher from getting a shot on goal.
Kunga looking for a partner. Sends it to Samuel. And Tribbett right there the whole time. Penn FC sends it long. Cochran with the body. And it works to the favor of ATL UTD2 with possession. There's Metcalf.
Penn FC closing down the wing again. Metcalf tried to get out into space to find Lagos Kunga. Closed down quickly.
Cochran guarded by Nkosana. Space is there. Can they take advantage? Sent long. Looking for Gallagher. In between hops too much. Can he save it? Yes.
Does.
Touch, and a lot of folks were looking for it, but once again picked up by the 5 stripes right outside the box. Deflected.
Gosselin shot blocked.
And back comes Penn FC in transition. So let's see what happens here in the 54th as ATL UTD2 starts from the back one more time with Carreau playing catch with Cochran.
So far, we're seeing Ollie Shannon drop in between the center backs, trying to help in possession and provide an outlet.
And back to Carreau.
Possession's nice, but it's not leading to anything just yet.
Kendall Moulin. Shannon. Over to the far. Too much for Edwards, but Carreau will be there. And they'll try it all over again. Sent up, intercepted off the header. Salih Muhammad lost control of it, so throw in ATL UTD2. And it'll go back to Carreau to try it all over again. Cochran in the 55th. A lot of work in the middle of the pitch. Shannon. Trying to create anything. It's stifling defense by Penn FC.
Can't turn. Can't turn and face goal. Forcing every pass to be backwards. Very impressive work defensively by this Penn FC unit.
Edwards and Cochran tried to send it in from the baseball infield. Looks like it got a chunky result. But Penn FC just happy to send it back.
Kunga tried to turn and get a runoff on goal, but just cannot find the space. Now Goslin's dropping deeper to help in possession.
Edwards at the edge of the infield to Cochran. Waited that time to send it on the ground until he was out of the infield. Left foot deflected out. Samuel had it and lost it. And Estaquio will clear. There's your opportunity. Flag is up for Nkosana.
Even though it almost generated a chance for Penn FC, that's what Atlanta United 2 is going to have to do here in the second half. Pick up the pace, make the game a little sloppier. When you lose possession, immediately press. Immediately press to try to cause the turnover. Garcia wants that one taken for the 3rd time.
A little further back this time. Not happy with the first 2, so Cochran will do it this time. Shannon off of Salih Muhammad and out of bounds. Carreau and Kendall Edwards. And A.J. Cochran. Sent in. Worked with the one touch, but the touch was too hard and sent out by Tribbett.
Finally, though, they found Goslin in a pocket of space. Goslin unable to combine, but that's what it's going to take for Atlanta to break through this defense. Find those pockets of space outside the 18.
Picked off by Penn FC in transition too much. So the 5 stripes will try it again. Shannon at the near. Cochran. Kendall Edwards. On the ground looking for some pocket of space, as you say. And on the turf after a whistle.
Goslin found a different pocket of space after being dropped from behind.
Long diagonal, easy pickoff for Bond there. Been a lot of space coming back, but picked off quickly. Metzger couldn't do anything with it to Stockwheel.
Good hustle from Gallagher to prevent Metzger from getting loose.
Sent over to Barone. Guarded by Kendall Moulin. Cheeky back pass. Salih Muhammad and back to Barone. Right foot all the way over to Bond. Just passing back and forth right now. Tribbett back to Picer. Calvano looking for a partner, can't find one. Samuel tries to guard him. You're seeing Samuel come up and guard now. Barone saves it. Push pass intercepted.
Great turn, Goslin.
Bumped off.
It's been a rough day for Chris Goslin. Every chance he gets to try to turn and make something happen, he's dropped quickly. Penn FC is not letting Chris Goslin get a clean look at goal.
60th minute here. Penn FC's one goal by Tommy Heineman in the first half has stood up so far. Tremendous defensive effort by Penn FC going up against ATL UTD2 here. So let's see what can happen in the next 30 minutes.
Metcalf to take this free kick. Cochran providing a target on the back post.
And see what the thoughts are here. Whatever they were easily intercepted right at the edge of the box. So ATL UTD2 will try it again. And having to pass backward to try to go forward.
Nice ball, Kendall Moulin.
Left foot. And kept in. Possession will stay. Shannon trying to direct a little traffic too high in the air. Easy pickup. Bit of a floater. So Salih Muhammad now with it for Penn FC. Muhammad. Too much for Barone. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportsamerica.com. And remember, you get free shipping on orders over $50. Edwards, Shannon, Cochran. Muhammad and Nimkosana up tight in the first line of defense for Penn FC. Shannon sends it on the diagonal. Headed back by Bond. And a Stockwheel. Now playing catch with Metzger. And a whistle.
Goslin in late there. He's seen his fair share of those types of challenges today. Could have been a bit of a receipt.
And a reminder, ESPN Plus is the new streaming home of the USL in the United States. Watch all the action throughout the 2018 regular season and USL Cup playoffs starting Saturday, April 14th. Visit uslsoccer.com for more details.
The two players ATL UTD2 have on the bench that could change things up. Jose Carranza, Devin Sandoval. Carranza dangerous on the dribble. Sandoval's a dangerous target up top.
Bond in. Dangerous touch. Over the end line for a corner kick at the far.
Little miscommunication there between Metcalf and Edwards.
Which teams are hitting peak performance in the USL as we get ready for this corner kick? Find out every Monday afternoon when the USLsoccer.com power rankings are released to see where your team ranks after its most recent results. So since you looked at the rest of the 18, when would you want to see a change if you were going to make one?
Carranza would be my next one. Get his speed and his dribbling on. You're going to have to beat somebody 1v1 to create a chance.
Into the box, easily headed away.
Edwards with that header. There's a break.
And a break. Samuel. 3-on-3. To the near. Was it too much? Left foot in. Picer beaten. And in. Header off the post. Off Picer. In the net. Tie game at the Proving Ground in the 63rd.
Love how that play started. Lagos Kunga wins a tackle at midfield, finds Josef Samuel, who plays it back to Kunga in space. Perfect cross from Kunga to find Gallagher on the back post.
And that's what ATL UTD2 can do for you in a snap.
It's John Gallagher getting over the big center backs for Penn FC to win that header. So impressed with the first round MLS Super Draft pick out of Notre Dame. 3 goals on the season.
Now after having seen that opportunity and see things open up, how does ATL UTD2 respond from here?
How does Penn FC respond as well?
Yep.
Are they going to be happy with the draw at this point? Try to take a point back home?
Picer looking to launch long, looking for Mkosana. Metcalf sends it up. Samuel can't touch it until now. Picer sends it in, looking long. Picked off by Cochran. Metzger with it. Back to Tribbett. Menjivar in the middle. Sent kind of chunky. And speaking of that, Kendall Moulin with the left foot, with the slice out of bounds, goes to Penn FC. Sent into the box too far.
Great take from Metcalf.
There's your open space that you were talking about, but can they get there? Lagos Kunga trying to work around it, couldn't keep possession.
A little more pep in the step of Atlanta United 2 players right now. Goslin chasing hard there. Kunga trying to make something happen. See if Penn FC can ride out the storm.
Sent long, looking for Barone. And goal kick. Halfway through the 66th here, tied at 1s. Goal by Tommy Heineman in the first half. Goal by Gallagher in the 63rd. And that's where we are right now. Sent in by Estaquio too much. Have your say in who becomes the USL Player of the Month from March, and which player earns the USL Goal of the Month and Save of the Month awards by casting your vote this weekend at uslsoccer.com.
Lagos Kunga's goal from last week is up for Goal of the Month.
That is correct, sir. And we all know how the Atlanta United fan base is when it comes to voting for awards.
Kunga trying to make another highlight there. Tackled off the ball, and Penn FC on the break.
Mkosana. Ball trailing away, but he ends up with it. Bond in to help on the overlap. Working to the middle, sent in. And just early, Salih Muhammad couldn't get to it in time. Caro gets it.
He was offside anyway. The flag went up. Referee allows the play to continue.
Cochran and Shannon. Over to Kendall Edwards. And back to the middle and Shannon. Back and forth with Cochran. Finding an opportunity. And having to work backwards again. On the long angle, chested down. Sent in quickly. Can something come of it? Goslin, double teamed by Tribbett and Bond, sends it in with the right. Activity there at the far post. If it is, left foot. Dribbling around, deflected. Is it? Over the bar.
Kunga trying to find the space to get the left-footed shot off. Finally does, and it's deflected up into the air. Josef Samuel, Romu Pizer both going up for it. Judge the final touch to come off of Samuel. It's going to be a goal kick for Penn FC.
Physio's held off. Looks like Samuel and Pizer both okay. Collision right in front of the goal as we are early in the 69th, tied at 1. Bond calling it from Pizer.
Ollie Shannon winning that header strongly. Kunga keeps possession.
Metcalf looking for Samuel. Barone tracking back. Salih Muhammad shouldered off of it.
Strong from the academy player, Kendall Edwards.
And that you definitely like to see.
He doesn't mind throwing his body around.
And you look at Kendall Edwards and you sit there and go, there's no way he can be playing for an under 17.
And he did. And he has been. He's looked very good for Atlanta United Academy U17s. Was a star with the Generation Adidas group that went out to Frisco, Texas. You could question how he handled the Tommy Heineman goal, but it's been a pretty solid performance from Edwards overall.
Because, I mean, you look at Kendall Edwards, and what I mean by that is you look at him right at face value, and you sit there and you go, he's 6'9". He's 7 feet 8 inches tall. There is no way that he's playing currently for an under 17 squad.
I mean, we have an interesting angle here at Gilray Field, but I don't think he's quite that tall. Here we go on a break.
And Samuel was looking for it, flag up on the far. And Pizer will grab it now and reintroduce.
Edwards did not look small next to Tommy Heineman, though.
No.
That's not easy to accomplish.
Sent back in by Pizer as we turn 71st minute.
Nice little header from Goslin. Almost pulled it off.
Stockwell gets it to Barone. And back to Harry Hawkins. They'll start it all over again with a Stockwell. Back in the middle, Calvano. Sent in off the diagonal.
Great
this will
ball from
play.
Calvano.
Back defending. Tried to square the right foot. Didn't quite happen, so it's knocked out. It'll be a throw in.
Simple from Kendall Moulin there, cleaning it up. Looks like we have a sub on the far side. Devin Sandoval is going to come in for Josef Samuel up top. Gives Atlanta a little more physicality up top. You can play direct to Sandoval. You know, we talked about Tommy Heineman and his veteran experience at this level. Devin Sandoval is another one who has been around the block a few times. Can definitely help this young group.
Right foot over the bar.
Nice opportunity from Barone there. First time we've seen him have a go at goal. Cuts inside, rips it looking for the far upper 90. Didn't miss by much.
So Sandoval for Samuel in the 72nd. Sent to a place by Corot.
Kunga with the interception.
Oh. And back comes Imco Sana. Atlanta United 2, ATL UTD 2 back late. No one there at the back post.
Ollie Shannon grabbed his calf. That's why that ball came through to Imco Sana. He's trying to jog it off.
And keep an eye on that.
He's hurting. ATL UTD2 could have played that out, and they chose not to.
Salih Muhammad sends it back and launched way over the bar.
Yeah, Shannon's trying to stretch that calf out. Would likely be Barajas coming in for Shannon if he can't continue.
So keep an eye on 2-9 for the 5 stripes. Carreau sends it looking for Sandoval. Joust lost. Kendall Moulin in the infield. Oh, Gosselin had it. Rough challenge by Menjivar.
It's not the first one either.
Menjivar's attention is desired here. Yellow card. Gosselin trying to help Kendall Moulin out on bringing the ball back into play. But it'll work its way back to Kendall Edwards and A.J. Cochran. So I'm trying to keep an eye on Shannon at the same time that they're working here at the back.
Looks like he's moving okay now.
Penn FC and Metzger back to Bond. Sent forward. Calvano looking for Imkosana. Flag was up. All right. We're in the 75th minute. We got 15 to go. What's going through your head right now?
Right now, is Oliver Shannon going to be able to continue? And he might be coming off. We have a sub ready on the far side. Beyond that, I think Atlanta United needs to continue to push the pace. Make it difficult for Penn FC. As the game gets stretched, I think Penn FC struggles to keep up.
So let's see what happens here in the final 15 minutes at the Proving Ground. Tied at 1s. Goal in the first half by Tommy Heineman. Goal in the 63rd by Gallagher.
Late decision there. Shannon went in for a strong tackle.
And the yellow card is out again. So Shannon gets a yellow in the 75th.
Garcia thought about that one for a couple seconds. We'll see if that's Shannon's final action of the day.
That is correct. So Shannon will be coming off.
Made sure to go into the referee's book before being substituted.
So let's see what the substitution is. Carranza.
That'll change things up a little bit. We'll likely see Gosselin drop deeper to play where Shannon was. Carranza will be more of an attacking threat, likely as the number 10.
Ball sent in at the corner. Headed, picked up by Carreau.
Tribbett, such a dangerous weapon on those set pieces.
Long launch, is it there? Bond intercepts, he is there. But a big run.
Gosselin chases it down, wins it.
And the flag is up.
Oh, they said Gosselin fouled on that challenge. I don't know about that one.
And from here, it looked like that it was ball first.
It looked like Gosselin got there and won the ball cleanly. Not sure who's down. Is that Calvano?
That's my guess at the moment till we get a closer look. And the physios are out to look. You see Tribbett up, you see Hawkins up.
It's got to be Calvano.
Keep an eye on Calvano.
Looked like Gosselin beat him to the spot in the foot race. Went to ground with the slide. Looked like he won the ball cleanly from here.
Calvano up, walking it off. And we're getting another look at it.
I don't think there's a foul there at all.
I think he got there first.
He definitely got there first.
No
the
foul.
only thing you can call is getting his leg high after kicking the ball. I mean, there's really not much in it.
It's in the follow-through of sliding and working your way through and making contact.
That's a tough one.
Halfway through the 78th here at the Proving Ground, tied at ones. Penn FC and ATL UTD2. Throwing into the corner. Sent in with the right to the back. Bond is there. Headed once. Picked up by Carreau.
Kasana didn't get his head around quick enough to see where that header was going to land.
There's your long launch in Sandoval. Can he get there? Not enough.
Like the idea from Carreau there, though.
Yep.
Almost sprung Sandoval. We've seen that with both of the goalkeepers that are signed to USL deals for Atlanta United. Christensen and Carreau, both very good with distribution, very comfortable with their feet.
Mkosana, bunch of bodies there, picked off by Goslin.
Carranza with the steal.
Sent ahead, flag stays down. What happens here? Picer gets there first.
Heavy touch from Galler. Goslin saves it. Nearly. Goal kick.
Looked initially like it went over the in line before it was saved, before it wasn't saved.
Nice little through ball from Goslin. Carranza won that first challenge. Goslin gets on the end of it, springs Gallagher, just a slightly heavy touch. Pizer able to get out on it. Pizer getting the warning already about time wasting.
Late in the 79th as we head to the 80th. Sent forward, Salih Muhammad trying to head it to Mkosana, and he does. Sent over, but ATL UTD2 has it.
Metcalf with the interception.
Bello, give and go. Sandoval looking to send.
Bello held up his run. I think Sandoval is expecting him to continue.
Metzger intercepted, but picked back up by Estacquio. Letting it go here a little bit in the 80th. Out of bounds. Goes to ATL UTD2 on the throw-in.
Deep throw for George Bello.
And Bello was told to come back about 15 yards from the spot that he wanted to throw it in. Sandoval loses on the joust. Bello gets it back.
Carranza very good in tight spaces, keeps possession.
Bello looking to send. And the flag stays down over on the far.
Waiting
now
for Kunga to touch it.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Kunga didn't know. He tried to stay out of it, finally makes the touch. Should have let that continue for Metcalf, who was overlapping.
So Penn FC, Barone all the way over to Bond. Tribbett, Metzger, Bond working over here in the triangle. Estacquio joins. Calvano sends it over to the far. Opportunity here for Penn FC. And picked off by the left foot and in the chest of Kendall Moulin. Activity in the box still. A lot of pinballing going on. Cochran wanted to clear, can't. There was a thought, looped over and just wide.
Metzger couldn't get on the end of that. Metcalf took an awkward touch. He's down. Looks like he's going to be all right.
'82nd minute in here, so we're in 7.5 plus added time. 8.5 plus added time. I never got A's in math. Ball sent forward, Sandoval chasing. Penn FC gets there first. Kendall Moulin chests it, but the visitors get it back. Chipped forward. Carreau will get there first ahead of Salih Muhammad. And he'll send it back to Sandoval.
Strong hold-up play from Devin Sandoval. Wins the throw.
And we're going the other way with it. As much as Penn FC wanted to throw it in, they're not going to. Possession stays with ATL UTD2.
Shout out again to some of the Penn FC fans watching with us. USL Footy, ILM_Ryan on Twitter. And shout out to the Capital City crew watching at River City Blues. Much better performance from Penn FC today.
Yes. Good to have you along. However you are accessing us, whether it's at atlutd.com or on the USL YouTube channel. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Sunday afternoon, wherever you were doing so.
Force another throw. Atlanta United 2 trying to create more opportunities.
Taken away. Salih Muhammad gets it back. He had Metzger with him. They'll send it back and try it again. Switch to Bond.
Bello closed him down quickly.
Tribbett, Calvano, and Hawkins. Ball sent forward. Into the box. Barone blocked. They wanted a handball call on Edwards. Didn't get it. Save Caro.
Muhammad ended up getting a chance. Caro gets the save at the near post and springs Bello down the left.
5-on-2 on the near. Atlanta United 2, ATL UTD 2 working their way. Chip to the far post. Not enough for Sandoval. Picked up by Picer. And the physios are out once again for ATL UTD 2 down toward the goal to the right.
Not sure what happened on that pileup in front of goal. It's Kendall Moulin who's down. Muhammad ended up getting a shot at the end of that sequence. Not sure if Kendall Moulin ended up catching a wayward leg.
I think it was knee-to-knee contact is what it looked like.
He's walking off very slowly. We have a Penn FC substitution on the far side as well. Miguel Jaime entering the match.
So Jaime in the 86th.
Play restarted with a drop ball to Pizer.
And Sandoval running up just to make sure that Picer picks the ball up so he can send it back into play. Picer gets out the lob wedge, sends it to the middle third. Mkosana and Bond pair up. And calls a deep throw in for Penn FC. Bond wanted a corner.
It's a goal kick.
Goal kick.
Great tackle from A.J. Cochran. 1v1 defending out wide. A.J. Cochran, center back, having to drift out wide there to handle Bond, prevent the cross. Strong tackle.
Looks like ATL UTD2 looking for a sub at some opportunity. They're getting close as we're in the 87th now.
They have Sean Nicklaw and Kevin Barajas left on the bench. That gets over everybody to Kunga.
Joust sends it out, stays with ATL UTD2. And the substitution.
It's Kendall Moulin coming off after that injury just a bit ago. Sean Nicklaw, the final substitution for Atlanta United 2, the Guam national team player.
Penn FC has it deep in their own end. It's Bond again here in the 87th, heading toward the 88th, sending it deep. And that's a corner. That's a corner. Yep, last touch by Cochran there as he and Metzger were chasing after it. Metzger was thinking he should try to draw Cochran into touching it last, and he did.
Cochran tried to step over to fool Metzger. Metzger was not fooled. He touches it off of Cochran. Late opportunity for Penn FC.
So let's see what Barone does here. He'll send it in with the left, and a lot of traffic near the 6. Sends it far post. Won by ATL UTD2. Metzger comes down with it, though, guarded by Sandoval. Chipped in, looking for a little traffic with Estacchio. Sent in and over the bar.
Calvano looking for a late winner. Didn't miss by much.
The USL's official Facebook page brings you the best action from across the league with news, highlights, and interactive features. Like the USL on Facebook to get the league's best content delivered to you. And a whistle there, player down for Penn FC. Looks like it's Barone. Man, it's a cramp, it looks like.
Okay, so you'll cue me on that.
Stretching it out here for the final minute and a half plus stoppage. See how much time will be added on.
Should be a decent amount.
Carreau gets there first.
Been impressed with Carreau today. It's the first chance we've had to see him in action.
Goslin chipped to the middle and Carranza. And just pushed from behind by Estacchio. Now Estacchio is trying to make a meal of it.
Estacchio dragged Carranza down and then rolled over him and then pulled a move that I have never seen before. Somehow rolling over Carranza, Estacchio trying to earn something on Carranza. That was impressive. It's a shame. Estacchio's been one of the best players on the field today.
Yep.
Hate to see that type of stuff at the end of the match. No need for it. I mean, it's a professional foul, preventing Carranza from getting out on the break. The extracurriculars at the end, just completely unnecessary.
And at the same time, Chris Goslin being stretched out for cramping as well. As we're getting close to the answer to the question is how much time that will be added on.
A few players stretching out.
It's one of those days where conditions changed. They were one way, the sun came out, temperature went up a little bit, then the clouds came back later on, and we're back to where we started from.
Call the original foul on Estacchio, nothing else, no cards. Free kick for Atlanta United 2, right at midfield. Metcalf to take it.
Long launch on the diagonal. Cochran chested down by Estacchio, who sends it deep. Quick throw, Atlanta United. Let's see what happens here. Bond gets it. Metzger. Penn FC looking to do something. Nothing happens quickly, so it's a whistle and a foul, and they'll try it again. There's your quick introduction. Sending it deep, looking for Salih Muhammad or Mkosana. Mkosana by himself here in the corner, finally picked up. Kendall Edwards defending. Chip in. Metzger.
Blocked by Goslin.
A second chance. Bond sends it in. Headed away. Estacchio had it. Had to regain possession. Carreau says, okay, it's cool. 3 minutes will be added on.
We're fairly deep into that already. Not much time remaining for either team to find a winner.
Carreau and then Tribbett.
Tribbett cleaned Carranza out.
Yep. And Cochran got to it before and Metzger, so Metzger was the last to touch.
Rough challenge from Metzger and Cochran. Both get up, hobbling a bit.
And a change late for Penn FC, swapping out Salih Muhammad.
Rare to see the subbed. See it today. No, it's going to be Mkosana.
No, Mkosana.
Put up 99 on the board.
Yep.
That's Jorge Rivera coming in for the final seconds of this match.
Number 11, the midfielder, played last year at Puerto Rico FC. Edwards being harassed. Caro sends it deep, looking for Sandoval, who boxed out, end up getting it off the joust. Bond heads it forward. Metzger, everybody hitting the deck here. And I mean everybody. Two ATL UTD2 players hit the deck, a Penn FC player hit the deck, we get a whistle.
Carranza won the first one, and then Calvano took Bello out. Free kick, everybody heading up for ATL UTD2.
Getting close to last chance to dance for the Five Stripes here.
Metcalf going to take the free kick again. You'd think Cochran and Sandoval are your two targets. Watch out for Edwards, though.
Sent over.
Play to Goslin.
Goslin in, looking at the back, intercepted by Picer.
Nice idea to try to switch the point of attack and then hit Metcalf on the other side. Pizer read it the whole way.
Metzger. Rivera. Carranza doubling back. Penn FC throw. How many seconds do we have left? That's the question.
Throw, there can't be much time. That's it.
That'll do it. 90-plus minutes. A goal by Heineman. And an equalizer by Gallagher in the 63rd. And we end up with shared results. A 1-1 draw here at the Proving Ground in Coolray Field. Thoughts before we go to highlights?
Really impressive performance from both teams. Penn FC looked much improved from their first two. Seems like it's coming together for them. And a great response from this young ATL UTD2 squad.
All right, let's take a look at the highlights. And it's both of the goals. Let's take a look at the first one. And obviously, Tommy Heineman getting integrated to Penn FC's way of thinking.
Heineman's just a handful up top for any team in this league. He's a great fit for the way Penn FC wants to play. And on that one, it's Richie Menjivar with the nice touch down to Heineman for the finish.
So Heineman gets his first goal on the board as being a member of Penn FC, and good work by him today before he was subbed out later on in the 49th minute by Salih Muhammad. So good work by Heineman as he's kind of getting integrated with what's going on up top with Lucky M. Kosana. We know it's going to take time, but he gets the goal on the board. Also on the board late, another opportunity for Penn FC was what we called, I guess, a home run because it cleared the fence. So it was an effort by Estacquio, but it ends up going over the bar also.
Strong performance from Estacquio today, controlling the middle of the field for Penn FC.
And then the equalizer, going to the 63rd minute when it comes to Atlanta United 2, ATL UTD 2, a goal on the board for Gallagher again.
Great break. Lagos Kunga wins the tackle at midfield, then continues his run and puts in the cross. Perfect pinpoint cross to John Gallagher on the back post. 3 goals thus far on the season for Gallagher.
What's it been to see Gallagher evolve so far this season?
He's looking like a player who can start to contribute for the first team very soon. It's going to be a crowded roster for this first team with guys like Gallagher, Kunga, Bello, who are all on first team deals, getting their experience here in the USL.
And then the one shot over the net right at the last, it was Joseph Samuel by the time it was done, but the ball ends up over the bar.
Yeah, the original shot blocked. Joseph Samuel tries to get on the end of it, goes up with Picer. Samuel can't put it on frame.
All right, so now that's your highlights. We end up with 1-1, each team leaving here with a point by the end of the day. Now Atlanta United with 3 matches played, a win and 2 draws, and you also now have, with the activity from Penn FC, another draw for them as well. So they continue to add points to their topics. Let's take a look at the final numbers and the stats from the game itself. And when you look at the statistics, is there anything in particular that steps out to you when it comes to the numbers?
We talked about possession, and it came down a little bit. Atlanta United 2 ended up around 58% on possession. It's what you would expect out of this team. Penn FC was able to control things a little more in the second half. 24 interceptions for Penn FC, strong defensive effort, and you can tell that's where they're starting to build this new club in Harrisburg. They want to defend first. They want to be tight defensively. They make it difficult for the opposition to play. We saw that today.
Offsides, obviously 2 apiece, and corners 4 apiece there, but once again, shared results at ones when you look at the final numbers. And yeah, that interceptions number of 2-1. Interceptions, that's huge, but that's Penn FC doing their thing when it comes to what's going on. Next match that you will see here from the Proving Ground is on the 21st. It's a Saturday. Louisville City comes to town. Another tough test for ATL UTD2 out of the block.
The defending USL Cup champions, Louisville City, come into town off of a big win last night in Cincinnati.
7 o'clock, that'll be when the coverage starts, so pay attention to your favorite platforms. That'll be available on ESPN Plus starting this following weekend, so it'll be good to catch up with activity at the Proving Ground when it comes to ATL UTD2. Next up, Lou City. That's going to be a good one. So for Jason Longshore, I am humbly submitting. This is John Nelson. Thanks to Snowman, and also thanks to everybody. Brian Duvall for helping us out here in the booth today. Shared results at the Proving Ground for ATL UTD2, a 1-1 draw with Penn FC. Play it safe, everybody. We will see you next time. Thanks for being a part of What You Watch today.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.